Good morning, everyone. And yesterday we are finished on that one VPC and we created the subnets and VPCs. We given the internet access and we log in the servers instance on this VPCs and subnets. Today we are going to another step on that one. After VPCs we are creating, then we can learn about today NATing. Okay. So what is NATing and everything, then I can explain in this thing. Okay, first of all, let me open the site. Okay, and diagram. Okay. So in this netting, first we need to know this thing, network address translation, and this the you why we are using. I can explain the to the diagram later. We can see that step by step on this thing. So okay, and first I'm going to open this thing, creating one diagram for your easy understanding. Check. Nice. First, we need to create the one VPC. Then later we can create the one public subnet and private subnet. And after we can connect this thing using this private uh private subnet, we need to get the access to get the internet access the inside the hosts, how we can get the internet access on the private subnets, then we can do it. And so major things, then elastic IP, final NAT gateway. Public subnet and this. Inside we can create the one server. This server we can call example, we can go to one server. And can create another subnet. This subnet we can call on this thing private subnet. Some IP we can image. Elastic IP. No worries, you can just draw the diagram for your understanding. Later, I can explain each and everything. Uh, So yesterday we are created one VPC. On that VPC we are created three subnets. One subnet A and subnet B and subnet 3 like that. Today also we are going to create the one VPC, and inside VPC we are going to create the one public and private. So here what is the difference between the private and public? Very easy to you understand. For example, if you are creating the any server, by default it will going to take the public VPC. You create the any subnet and directly without you through connecting to the IGW, it goes to the private public VPC. So here for example, if you are in many organization, not only organizations, any institute or any organizations, so they are using to three-tier applications. You need to understand the three-tier applications. What are the three-tier applications? Three-tier infrastructure, you can think like imagine like that. One is that one web tier, and another is the application, and another one is the DB servers, database, database either. So if you are using in web tier, this is a front end, it will come web tier, like how you are showing this website. This is a web application, like that you can able to see. In this backend, we are able to connect this one DB server is there, and you can like one application server also is there backend. Those DB servers, they are not given the internet access and everything. That is a completely internally they can able to access. Okay, so that's in this purpose they are creating the for example, after that one, every month we need to do the patch management. We are doing the servers patches and some maintenance on the servers. So on that case, then how we can do it on this thing? See, for example, if there any, see, here is a one server is there. This server is requesting if anyone try to connect the this private subnet servers. See, in this private subnet server, we have to one DB server is there. You can think like that. DB server. Okay. If anyone try to connect this server, they can't come like this. Sorry, they can't connect like this. They are not able to do. Why? Because we are not connecting to the internet. Why? Because we are not routing to the we are not routing the this IGW. And if there anything, sometimes we need to update the this server on this case, then how we can do it? So first this server is go, for example, if traffic go like this. I'm requesting to through DB2, I'm downloading this. It will go to NAT and then it will go to out and this going to this way like that here. So that's why we are involving the NAT, network address translation, and this thing. And another thing also, so if there anything I requested to this server through once it will out, then it will come to traffic again same way like this. So in this diagram, do you have any doubt on this thing? Tirmal Rao and Shekhar and Jnaneshwar, still you have any doubts on this image? Once this is done, then I'm going to start the practicals.
Please explain OSS.
Huh?
Please explain OSS.
Once time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, is there any organization? We have that one. One is the public server is there and private server is there. Public servers, it will never be used on that one many times in any organization. Very rare cases you can take the outside access. 99 percentage, no one will be take the public access on the servers, their servers. Why? Because these are security reasons and many things. Then it will not take. So once there are any organization, they can create the private subnets inside the AWS. They can create the private subnets. In that subnets, they can create their servers are like DB server and application server, every server. Only front end servers only goes to outside. That is the some specific port numbers only, and not much more full-fledged all traffic and nothing will be there allowed. Only for example 443 port, 80 port, that application related ports only they can able to access like that. Okay, so in this case, so we need to upgrade our servers also. inside or else private subnet or any subnet inside the private subnet servers, we need to update the servers, or else we need to fix the some bugs. That is we need to download some small files through the internet. In this case, there is no internet on the servers. Then how we can do it? So in this case, so we are creating the in AWS NAT gateway. In this NAT gateway, we are creating the elastic IP. This elastic IP means that is a dedicated IP. For example, if you are using the public server, they are giving the some public IP. Once you power off and relog in, power on the VD that instance, by default that public IP automatically will be changed. So in this case, so again we need to change the NATing settings and everything. So in this case, we are involving the elastic IP. Elastic IP means one is the static IP, if you are providing the ISP vendors, they will give you that one. If you are for many companies, they have many static IPs is there. You know static and dynamic IPs. Anyone idea? Static means the dedicated IP. It will completely there is no change that value. For example, if that value is there, uh, for example, 32.52.40.1 is there, and if server I am assigning this IP to IP to one server. Okay. This, for example, after this one, even though I can power off, I can reboot it, whatever I can do until I can remove this IP dedicatedly is there allocated in those system. But dynamic in the not like that. If you have like DHCP server, that is by default randomly will be changed. I can show this thing. For example, if you are creating any VPC instance, I think is not there. Once I create, I can show that IP. So in this case, we are creating the elastic IP. After through elastic IP, it will go into this elastic IP. We are associated with this one public NATing, public subnet, not private subnet. Then only we will get the internet access to private subnets. For example, if I am requesting to this private server, I want to download the one web application like VNC. Okay, we can download one VNC player. So once I open the browser on the private subnet server, it will go to first here, then it will hit the NAT gateway, then it will go to public server, then it will goes to outside. This is outside. Once it will outside, that page will be hitting that their website. They can download it. After download that page, then we need to dump the server, right? Same way it should come like this and this thing like that. That is a mechanism of NAT gateway. Okay. Now still you have any doubts?
Yes.
Okay. Let him. Then we can dive the practical sessions. So little bit confused, but you once you are practicing 2 3 times, then you will get easily understanding on this thing. Okay. Are you able to see the screen, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. First we can create the VPC. So yesterday I told I can create the one VPC only, not going to more. If you are going to more, what time show the diagram? See, is the one VPC, it will creating the subnets and route tables by default will be creating and network connections, everything. First, you need to understand step by step process. Then only you can create the easy way. This is the VPC and more. You can do it in easy way, but you can do it in the VPC little bit critical, but you need to understand. Then only you can do it anything. After you can create the VPCs and association the subnets and create the subnets and everything. So today AWS NAT name. So VPC name. I'm going to 10.8.0.0 slash 16. Just I create the one VPC. Okay, here for your easy understanding purpose, I can make the one document also. See how to we can create the document first of all, like that VPC. First we are creating the VPC. Okay, then how you can go. Example also I given like this. If there anything management provide the shared drive access, then I can upload this document. Okay, otherwise I can create the one shared drive, then I can provide the access. Okay. So VPC is created. Then we need to create the two subnets as per diagram. See this VPC we are created now. Later we need to do this thing and one public subnet and one private subnet. Then I'm going to create one subnet, create a one subnet. Public subnet. Yeah, sorry. We need to select the VPC here. Then subnet name. So after select the public subnet, then I already told that one we need to availability zones. So I'm going to select the availability zone on this one, Mumbai South 1A region. Then we can segregate this IP series. That what IP I gave here is the public IP one series I given here. 10.40.1.0/24. And I'm going to add another subnet. Another subnet is we are given to private subnet and availability zone. I'm going to give this thing either you can give this or this for no issues. 10.40 dot. Here we are giving to private subnet is 20 series I gave here in the diagram slash 24. Then now I'm going to create the two subnets. One is a private subnet and is a public subnet. So after that one, what we need to do, then we need to associate in that this thing in the internet gateway. So first we need to allow the internet gateway. This all exercise yesterday we did. Only today two things extra we are doing. One is elastic IP and one is a NAT gateway. For practical purpose, I am showing again for you. Internet gateway and going to create internet gateway and AWS NAT gate NAT. I'm just mention simple name for easy understanding and create the internet gateway. Okay, after this internet gateway, we need to attach the VPC, our VPC. So if you select the attach the VPC and what we are showing yesterday, I already told once we are attached the VPC, it will not showing whatever not attached the VPC only you can able to see here. We have many VPCs also. And this one is done. Then we are going to one route table. First, we need to create the two route tables here, route tables here. One is that one where I can able to access the select the create route table and route table AWS NAT you public. Here attach the VPC. Okay, this is done. See here only in this route table only we need to listen the understand the very carefully. So here I am creating the two subnets. See, one is a private and one is a public. Then I'm going to route table. If I open this thing, I already created the one route table here. That is a what name I gave here. That is a public. So we need to associate the only public subnet only. We need to associate it here. Okay. Then subnet association. See here, if you are going to two subnets, we can able to see here. So edit and subnet association, we should to give the only public subnet, not only private subnet. Okay, this subnet I gave that one. See, after that one, we need to give the route. Yesterday, you remember on this thing. So I give the for internet access this any one subnet we need to get the internet access. We should to create the internet gateway that I think already we are created the one internet gateway here. See, already we created the one inter gateway entire this entire VPC we are creating the one internet gateway. Okay. So this internet gateway we need to associate the route table. So if I go to this thing, then subnet association done. Already we did. That's the public subnet and go to routes and I'm going to edit route, add rule, add route, select here 0.0.0/0 means we need to allow that whole subnet and we need to give the here internet gateway and we should to add the internet gateway ID. Okay, and the save changes means here one server will be created, one network will be routed that IP is going to access the public access. Then how we know we need to create the server, then we can give the subnet. In this subnet, we create the one server, then we can see internet access or not. Okay. For example, if you are internet access means we can able to get the remote access. Otherwise, we are not get the remote access. Very simple way. And next after that one we need to create the one security group, but you can default you can leave the security group, no issues, and we can create the new security group for us and AWS underscore NAT. See AWS demo what we are choosing, AWS NAT and demo. So again we are going to add the one inbound rule custom. I'm going to all IPs, all traffic. Okay, custom Then we need to select this one 0 to 0. I said this 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot slash means we need to allow the all ports. You remember this thing, interview question. Okay. Okay. This security group also we are created. Now just I'm showing two things. One is the EC2. First we are creating the one server, then I will show to create the next on the NAT and everything. Okay, first create the one server. This it will make me some time, so that's why. AWS NAT public server and select the Windows here. So Windows base server I'm selected. For easy way, I'm going to change the okay. See, this include type is not eligible under the free trial. Next, we can show to go to this thing. At least I'm going to 2 core and 8 GB. By the way, are you created the AWS account or still not? If you not created, please create that AWS account. If you have any difficulty, please let us know. I will help on this thing. See here, after this thing in the AWS, we can select the network settings, edit, and what we are create the VPC. That is the VP select the VPC here and subnet. See, two subnets were created. One is a public and private. Currently, I'm giving to the create in the public server means I'm going to create the public server only. And again, I'm going to enable this public IP. Yes. Before we need to do another, we did another thing also. Just 1 minute. We are public and we can commit and we need to enable the auto assign the public address. We need to select on this thing. If you want access public, then we need to get this thing. This private, we can do it or not do it, but private is not required the public IP. Enable DNS resolution, and this is also done. Okay, no worries. Sorry, we need to do this thing, not that one. So yesterday I already told why we are using this metric tick this mark. For secure for audit purpose, we need to get the logs and everything and the VPC. What is traffic is going on, what is traffic we are getting and everything. We need to get the those all these things. We need to enable the network metrics option. And here we are what we are create the security group here, not security group, and later leave as this later parts and everything. Just I think keep here we are created. Yes, done. Just done. Okay, then let's launch instance. So in this diagram, for example, this is the public server, right? We can able to access to the publicly RDP. But this server, how we can able to access remotely? Anyone have idea? Hmm? So this server we can able to access very easy way. See, here to here able to communicate it. Why? Because that is the same VPC in the different subnets only. That both three subnets able to communicate it with the internal local IP, not public IP. So we can able to take the remote. Once we get the remote on the public server, inside the public server, we can able to take the remote in private server. But we are not able to access the internet until and unless we create the this elastic IP and NAT gateway. That only today I am going to showing. So one instance is turning. See here, here is a public IP. This is a public IP. Once we server will be power off and server will be power on, this public IP will be changed. This private IP, you can imagine this private IP, it will never change the private IP. Okay. This is the completely dedicated until and unless you go to the server and you can change the network settings. But my recommendation, you no need to change these settings. If you are change the settings, then your server will be lost. You can't able to communicate it. Okay, what is this thing currently? This is the IP. You can see 13. You can keep this in the. So this is a server IP. Okay. So I'm going to now running at still is going to installation stage. Then once it installation done, then everything will be set. I'm going to power up and power on the system. Then we can see it on this thing. Instead of this time, we can go. I'm going to create the one elastic IP and one NAT gateway. See later then we can create the one elastic IP. I already said this is a public IP. We can able to create it. One IP already there. So I'm not using this IP. I'm going to create another IP. Okay. So even though you can remembering once you are creating elastic IP, it will chargeable amount. Okay, might be is a point or 45 some dollars will be charged or something per hour base or per day base. You need to once your work is done, you need to remove that one elastic IP. Okay,
Sir, that IPs are specific IPs or random IPs, sir?
this one elastic IP. This is a
Yes,
specific
sir.
dedicated IP. Dedicated IP.
Okay, sir.
So if you are coming to allocate one elastic IP, you can click it here and you can allocate it. Just one IP will just hold on 2 minutes. Yeah. then this elastic IP will be created. In this elastic IP, we can create this and AWS NAT POB.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, excuse me, sir. So
Yeah.
actually, today only I have joined the class. So can you
Okay.
explain like what is elastic that one IP in short terms?
Yeah, elastic IP means one dedicated IP. We can use this thing.
It's a private, right? That's right.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. It's a public IP. We can use this public IP to get the permanently access on this thing. Just hold on. I can explain on these things.
Yeah.
See, yeah. If your one server will be created, one public IP will be created. See here. So this is the statically, this is the dynamic IP. Once your power of this instance, automatically this power off and power of the server. Okay, this is the done. Okay. See this IP, you can mention it is that one 140. You can see so 140. Okay, I'm going to power off this server. After power on the server, this IP will be not there. It will be changed.
Oh.
If you restart, it will not change. If you stop the instance, then again start the instance, then IP will be changed. Now I'm stop the instance. Okay. So this is a elastic IP. We created the one elastic IP here. Okay. After this elastic IP, we need to create the one NAT gateway. For as per diagram, see here NAT gateway. This NAT gateway we need to associate it with the public subnet with the elastic IP. That only we are going to doing now. One create NAT gateway. AWS. Okay. And the subnet. So here we are going to show the public subnet only, not only the private subnet. Don't confuse here. Okay. So here which IP, what we are created elastic IP, just now we created that IP we are going to that IP and simple I'm going to create the NAT. Here you can remember this NAT gateway ID. So previously I did one root table. Okay. Later, first we need to power on the server, then you can easily understanding. Then okay, here I am going to create the another server that is the private. This server I am creating the public server. Now I didn't create the private server. Now I'm going to create the one private server also inside the private subnet. And select the key pair and what we WS NAT, and we need to come to network settings and edit here and select the here. See here VPC what we have created network demo. NAT demo, we need to select the subnet here, public. Here public is there already we created. Now we are going to create the one private subnet server. And existing the security group. Same as this, you can create same thing, nothing you can't do. Further, this EC2 related everything we can learn it up after next week, middle we can learn it. See, I'm going to power on the public server. Start instance. See, this public IP will be changed. Public IP will be previously 13.127.93.1 is there. Now we change that 3.6.80.89.13. It will be changed. This there is no static IP, only dynamics IP. It will randomly will be changed once your power of the like instance, then power on the instance, it will be changed. If you reboot the system, then this IP will be not changed. Okay, please remember this thing. This thing also they will ask someone is interview question. And if you no need to change the this IP permanently, we need to dedicate the one public IP. In this case, we can create the one elastic IP, then we can associate the this directly, this server also we can associate it directly, we can put it here. And otherwise we no need to showcase our public server, that we can no issues. Why? Because it's a chargeable amount. So many companies they are creating the one gem server. Inside the gem server they can create the many servers, then they can able to take the remotely through the gem server. First time take the remote session public server. You know right how to get the password and everything in the just we can upload the key here. Download AWS NAT key and here click it here and decrypt the password. And we are get the password. Just we are going to download it here. Just go to the server. So this is a public server, what we are able to accessing the one public server, I'm able to access. Okay, now I'm going to minimize this thing. Two things. I'm going to show another thing. Public server we have created. Then we need to try to the access of private server. What I'm create the private server. See, let him show. Let us connect this one. This server getting some public IP. You can see this server, it should be not connect like this. Why? Because we are not create the route table. So we are getting the error. I think it will not connect. It's a private server. See, we are getting the error. See, why? Because we are not give the access to the public access. By default, it will get the public IP, but you are not able to get. But how we can connect the this server? See, you can use the private IP address is there, right? You just copy this private address, okay, and go to here. And here, what we are connected to the public server, right? Then we are going to connect the here MSTSC, enter the IP here, Just it will ask username and password. We don't know username and password. Username, we know. And password, we don't know. So we need to generate the password again here. Then how we can generate it? Simple way. Command here. Try to connect, click it here and RDP client. Get the password here and upload the key pairs and decrypt it here. Then password, we will get it. Once you will go and enter the password here, just click it. So inside public server, we can able to access the private server. See here like this. So, but our aim is there. This is the DB server. So this server currently there is no internet access. Just we can able to log in the server, but we are not able to browse the any applications and anything. Nothing you can't able to do. Only application purpose only you can do it. Work-wise, any site and access what are the internal site, then only you can those only you can able to access. Let me load. It will take some time. Next time onwards we are going to Linux server with easy way. So see some I'm opening in some site. I think we are getting error. See it loading. It will not load. Even though if you want CMD, ping 8.8.8.8. See, there is no communication. Okay, we need to establish the communication. But that is not able to directly, you can't able to connect the directly on the remote session. You need to inside the, you need to first log in the one public server, then only you can log in the private server. But there is no internet, but we need the internet. Then how we can do, we are doing on this thing. Now everything we did this thing right. Almost last step only we are doing on this thing. Now we need to create the route table. I already show. Yeah. See, previously we are created the one NAT AWS public and this thing we are associated with the in the subnet only. See, this is a public subnet. Okay. Now I'm going to different route table. I'm going to create new route AWS